Hey everyone, it is Abby. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully, this finds you staying healthy and warm. Um, I think our story today has a little bit of good timing going on, especially with what's going on in the world with vid. Anyway, we will go ahead and read about what's going on with this guy and his wife and her ex visiting her in the hospital. Like, what? So, yeah. So, let's get this started. Get my little more. All right. So, here we go. Let's see what's going on. It says, my wife has the cove and another guy is visiting her. So he says, I am out of town at a job training for 6 months and my wife got cove and went to the ER. I can't go see her since I'm 5 hours away. If I leave, I can't restart the academy and I'd have to wait another year to apply again. Not to mention, the hospital has restrictions on visitors again. She is in stable condition, but on meds that are making her real emotional. She was talking to this guy about our marriage issues, which we resolved months ago, and this guy was out of the picture for 3 months or so, I thought. She said they didn't do anything other than talk. He reached out to her and if she was okay and offered to bring her food. She asked me if it was okay that he come by. I told her exactly how I felt and didn't want him to stop by. Her reply was, I'm not going to do anything, very defensively, and that she wanted the food because the hospital food was crappy. She then told me if you really wanted to make it down here, you would find a way. Then said, never mind, and that she didn't mean anything by it. She knows I'm doing this for my job and to pay the bills. I'm between a rock and a hard place, and I'm trying to emotionally act in the right direction, but I can't keep myself from slipping out wanting to punch this guy in the face. What should I do? Well, first, I would recommend not punching the guy in the face. Um, I would definitely find some time, even though you're several hours away at your training, to set some time aside and maybe do like a FaceTime or something and get some things out in the open. As you know, I'm a big fan of being open and honest, as painful and difficult as it may be sometimes. I mean, you have to ask yourself, can you trust her, um, while you remain away at this training? Um, can you, what is your relationship like? Is it stable? Do you feel like there are some underlying issues that haven't been resolved? And I would ask the same of her if she feels that way too. Um, what are, you know, even so, when you get back, when you're on the job, it's going to be a stressful job. Um, is that just going to be added to your stress of what she's doing, wondering what she's doing when you're at work? Let her know how you feel. Ask her why she hadn't she said that she had stopped talking to that guy. Why is it she's still talking to him, and how did he know she was sick in the hospital? I think there's a lot of questions there that you need to be asking her, really, um, and asking yourself as well. Um, take that time away that you're training to reflect on some things as well. Um, if you feel like it's really worth giving up the training and having to wait a whole nother year, um, then, I guess then that's what you would have to do. But that's a personal choice of your own to make. I mean, what kind of training is it? Can you like get away on the weekends? And you said it's 5 hours away. Are you able to go back home on a weekend and talk things over? Um, Maybe you guys need to discuss seeking some sort of marriage counseling. Um, once trust is broken, it's really hard to not have that lingering question always there in your mind. And, you know, what what do you want to happen with your relationship with her? Um, why is it she feels unsatisfied in your relationship that she needs to, you know, seek out the comfort and ear of another man? Something's missing there. Um, so, yeah, you need to find that out as well. I mean, there are definitely some red flags there for sure, if it, in my opinion. Um, these are all those questions I would be asking you yourself, asking her, um, finding a way to find some sort of resolution one way or another is going to be key. Whether you go back to that training and deal with things in 5 months and or 6 months, what was it, 5 months? Do you really want to wait 5 months? Is it something that can wait 5 months? Um, I suppose it's all a matter of what you value more and what's going to be more important to you and to her. Um, it being apart from your spouse for a long training is definitely not easy. I know I've been through that myself. Um, kind of job is it you're getting into? You know, is it going to be, or is it a job where you're going to be away for long periods of time like that? Um, you know, is it going to be like a safety issue for you to not have your head in the game, so to speak, when you need to? Because that could be a concern. You'd be putting yourself and the people you're working with at risk. All things you need to be finding out. I would definitely be asking those questions. I don't know. Fellow subscribers, what do you guys think? Do you, what, let this poor guy know? Do you have any suggestions for him? Leave it in the comments. What do you think he should do? That's a very, very difficult, tough situation. I don't envy you in any way. That is for sure. Um, but I would, in my personal opinion, I would want to have that tough conversation sooner than later, before things escalate and get worse. Um, but that's just me. Um, in my personal opinion, a job is a job, and money isn't everything. So, you know, the people in my life that I love dearly, and they're more important to me than any job or money could ever be. Um, you know, that's something to consider as well. How do you feel about that? Um, if it is worth leaving that behind to save your marriage, then, you know, you do what you got to do. Some way, shape, or form, it'll all work out. And I am a very firm believer in everything happens for a reason, whether we see it or ever see the reason behind it or ever know. Um, Eventually, we figure it out. Um, but I think we're all put in situations and stuck with dealing with things, um, for a reason. You just really need to find out what you want to do and if it's worth it to you, um, to make the sacrifices that you may potentially have to make one way or another, um, to move forward. So, with that, I'm going to say it is all I've got. Um, Anybody else, please leave your comments for this guy. Help him out. Any suggestions that you may have, for him, let him know what you're thinking. Help him out. And today's shout out goes to Dean Myers. Hey, Dean. Thanks for being here. So don't forget to leave your comments, like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you soon, guys. Bye.